live. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody see me? That's the next question. Can everybody hear me or see me? Well, it says I had 7 on there. I got 1 thumbs up. Okay, can somebody give me a comment whether they can hear me? Yes, okay. Thank you, Matthew. Well, welcome everybody. We'll give it a few more minutes, but we've got almost a dozen here so far. So, how much difference between a mountaineer and a master bushman? Different grinds, different thicknesses of steel, and the mountaineer has a lot more belly. I'll do a comparison as I do a video on it when I get some made, but there's quite a bit of difference in them. Hey, Michael. Hello, Terrence. Glad the audio is good. How about the video? I mean, last time it was pretty dark. Is it still dark? All right, has anybody got any questions? Okay, video's good. Not as dim as the light. That's one. Okay, thanks, Terrence. All right, let's, I guess we got about 18. Good to see you too, Leon. Thanks for coming, joining. We'll give it a couple more minutes, but video's fuzzy, but it's good enough. Okay. That's probably my internet. It's kind of iffy. It's sketchy at best. Y'all got your questions ready? I don't have any announcements to make. It was one of those quiet weekends. I actually took the weekend off. I didn't do much. Now, I did a little bit, but I didn't do much this weekend. Just got through cooking some spare ribs. And the old egg. You can see the egg right there behind me. Tell you what, those things, man, they'll cook them up good. Thanks, Leon. Appreciate the view. Yeah, every once in a while I come out with something that is kind of on my mind. Do a whittle talk. All right, we got 20, 23, 24. Okay. So has anybody got any questions or anything for me? And we'll get this thing rolling. I set aside about an hour to do this. I don't want to take up everybody's evening or afternoon on a Sunday. Thanks, Bruce. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I hope that helps somebody. You know, I struggled with that for many years, and until I realized the secret to that. It's until you're happy with yourself, it doesn't matter what comes your way. You're not going to be happy. So, yeah, Dad. Somebody said they missed the videos with me and my dad fishing. Dad's don't get around as well as he used to. I kind of figured that year that we did all the videos was probably the last year. So he's for almost 90. He'll be 90 in December. He still gets around pretty good, but he's having problems with his back, and he has to use a cane now to get around. He does go to the lake almost every day. It depends on if the wind's up or if it's cold, but he does. He goes to the lake. He's got lines and a boat out, and the lake is just right there. So he he runs his lines as often as he can, but he doesn't do much camping or anything anymore. It just tires him out too much. He's got COPD real bad and bad back and almost 90. Hope I get around like that when I'm 90. Let's see what kind of questions we missed. Kydex sheath for the be a special SK run. You can add that to your cart at checkout. It will not be part of the purchase, but you can add one to your cart at checkout. Somebody was asking if the Kydex sheath would be available for the special SK runs. Shop coming for the folders. Still late spring, early summer. I got the CNC machine in the big room. I just need to do the wiring on it. The EDC and the absolutely love the handle thickness. I'm interested in buying a Woodsman's Classic. How does the handle compare to the EDC? Thickness is about the same. And when I say thickness, this is the thickness, okay? This is the width, all right? So when I say thickness, this is what I'm talking about, all right? So the thickness is about the same, depends on if you just got just a micarta or whatever handle you have. The length on the Classic is a little bit longer. And also there's just a slight less belly. It's a little bit straighter, all right? So hope that answered your question. Hike, canoe, or woods walk anymore? Not much. Right now the wind is so bad you can't hardly get on the lake. It's March, so windy time. My boat's sitting out there. I hadn't even got it in the water. You're welcome, Taylor. That is the knife I carry. The Master Bushman. Been carrying it for about 2 months now. Not this one, but one like it. I retired the Prototype C. I didn't want to mess it up too much. We're going to keep that for posterity. But this is the one that I use every day, all day, for everything. It is, like I said in the video, it's my favorite knife. Now, for what I do, you know, I cut leather in the shop. I just Kydex, any and everything, even doing the cookout, what I did some spare ribs and potatoes and stuff like that. That's the knife I use, and it just excels at all of that stuff. Matter of fact, whittling on a stick, you know, I always got a stick close by if I'm not working. So that's the design that works for me best. I miss another one. Grass is starting to spring around here, so spring is a-coming. Big knife designs coming soon. Yeah, there is. Years ago, probably about five years ago or so, I did a model called the Hunter-Gatherer, and I'm going to bring that back. Right now, I've got 4 prototypes that I just picked up from Waterjet Friday, and we're going to play around with some different grinds and a few different things on that, different thicknesses, and see what works best from what I have up here, and see if it works as well as I think it will. So we'll see on that. But yes, I have some things in work. Do you have a favorite sport? Anything outdoors, like hunting. I used to be an avid hunter. I don't hunt a lot anymore, but you know, we don't need the meat. We got plenty of food, and so camping. I love camping. So anything like that. As far as football, sports, basketball, I care less about it. Never enjoyed it. Even when I was a kid, just never got into it. It's just not my thing. Keeps tugging my Nessie. Yeah, that seems to be a problem with a lot of people. Have to get the GNK to order another. Yeah, he's got some on order, um, and he may have a few in the store. I don't know. Yes, there will be a special run of custom Nessies. Um, I just need to get all of that worked out and get these SKs done. The handles are set on these custom SKs. I just need to do the grinds on them. They just kind of piling up on me a little bit. Yeah, Daryl, I already answered that question about large blade designs. Yep, there is one in works that's going through R&D here in the next few weeks. So there may be something coming out. It depends on um, Genie. Who said I had socks on? Maybe I'm going barefoot. Um, so anyway, there's a large blade coming. It's going to be something close to what the hunter gatherer was several years ago. Um, so if you go back through the videos, you may see something about the hunter gatherer. Well, I'm a pretty young guy there, Manjit. So I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Um, but after I'm gone, probably WC knives will be gone too. So stock up on them while you can. But I still got another 30, 40 years left. Dad's 80, he'll be 90 in December, so that'll kind of give you an idea. I still got a long way to go. I still got, I'm only middle aged. Take care. Single what, Jenny? You did say that you was going to do this, didn't you? The blanks are 1.5 inches by 5 for the most part on the exotic wood handles. That's what the slabs are. Well, the Elite is a little bit wider blade. This one's more of a parang style, narrower blade, different grinds than the Elite. It's just going to be a lot different. The Hunter Gatherer was before I started doing the multi grinds. Um, thanks, Jenny. You too. Take care. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And we'll see where it goes. I'm playing with 5/32 and also 3/16. I don't know which thickness that's going to be yet. I just got to play with both of them and see which one I like best. Any other questions? Coupons? For what? Nitro is a little bit more difficult to sharpen than AEBL, but if you keep it sharp, you don't notice it. It does. It seems to hold a better edge to me. Nitro does, um, but I do know that Nitro V is a lot tougher as far as scratch resistant. I After using Nitro V for several months, I actually prefer it. To be honest, it just I love AEBL, but the Nitro V is winning me over. It really is. It seems to hold a little bit better edge. Yes, I did a video, Roman, a couple of days ago. Any new orders on the, well, you said WBK. Yes, WBK, everything will be going to Nitro V eventually. Once I use up all of the blanks that I have in stock as far as AEBL, then the new blanks coming in will be Nitro V because AEBL is, you can't get it. It's come to the point. I used to be able to get the smaller plates, the 11 by or the 12 by 30 inches or so, to handle some of the short run stuff, but I can't even get that anymore. It comes in odd sizes and shapes, thicknesses, and it's just not very cost efficient to do that. Inch and a half by 5. How thick? 3/8. Thickness of the handles, the scales is 3/8. Great Northern will be getting more Sportsman's Choice. I don't know if they have any on order, to be honest. I don't remember what they have on order. But whatever they have on order is coming up. Probably start fabricating those in about 3 to 4 weeks. So they'll probably ship to Great Northern in about 6 weeks. What's the difference between AEBL and Natural V? I guess Natural V. Both of them are stainless. One of them has K2 carbides. The other one has chrome vanillin, carbon steel. So just a little bit of the different steel makeup. Both of them are stainless. Both of them hold a great edge. Nitro V is just a little bit more difficult to sharpen, but it's not that noticeable unless you're counting strokes. Nitro V is made in the USA. The problem with AEBL is made in Germany, and Germany is not shipping anything. So the pipeline is slowly dried up on AEBL. That's the reason Nitro V was created, is to take the place of AEBL. Cleaning products for the AEBL. Hot beeswax on the steel and left it on. Just stick it in hot water. I mean, beeswax coming right off of it. I mean, the temperature for tempering those steels is hotter than you can get boiling water. Boiling water is not very hot, so you're not going to hurt the knife. Specs on the folders. 1/8 inch blades. It's pretty much the Nessie in a folder. As far as the multi-grind, it's a distal taper with a Scandi. The handle is 4-inch handle. I mean, I don't remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember specs. I have probably 100 different models. I don't remember them all. But I think there may be a video still up about the folders if you want to go back and take a look at that. But that was the first run of folders. There's going to be more coming out if this release goes well. But yeah, I don't even know if you can get a first run anymore. If anybody has any slots available, it'd be Great Northern Knives. I'm glad they are good for beekeeping. Scratch that one off the R&D list. You're welcome, Samuel. Any other questions? Oh, with 30 people on there ought to be more questions than that. Sure Touch. Best grip for wet handles is Sure Touch. D2 um, D2 is a okay steel. It's just a pain to sharpen. Um, I prefer a steel that's actually recoverable, very simple, easily. D steel is just a pain to sharpen. If it's done right, it's a great steel, but the recovery on it is horrible. So it's not my favorite steel. Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to get an opinion about which is the best deal from just about everybody. Everybody has an opinion. Um, you just got to try them out and figure out which is the best deal for you. Um, right now, Nitro V is the best deal that I've ever used as far as an EDC. Ron, the folders are still late spring, early summer. Hadn't changed, buddy. Well, I've got quite a few blades that thick, scale down to a 110 blade thickness, Vaughn. So I would say check out this Mountaineer that's coming out. It's about that blade thickness. It's very similar design to the Baby Bird, just a few different, a little bit more belly, a little bit more of a Nessma comp on the Mountaineer, but it's going to be very close. Blackbird to fillet small, anchovies. Just to see if it could. That's good, John. Blackbird's a good fillet knife. The next run to Great Northern Knives, either the end of this week or the first part of next week. Depends on how many of them we can get done. I've got 14 Master Bushmen that's going to be in the works this week, and about 15 other odds and ends. So we'll see what the next run is going to be. But Friday or early next week. Why are you so skinny? Well, the camera adds 10 pounds, Jeannie. So I've been starving. Favorite country besides the USA? When I was in the Air Force, I went to the UK. I've been to Iceland, a few other places. That's the only places I've been, so I really can't say what my favorite is. I mean, all of those were fun and exciting, but still kind of like the USA. I'm glad you like the SK, Sion. I hope that's how I pronounce your name. Sharik? Yep, I was in the Air Force for almost 10 years. So it was an experience. Wouldn't take anything for it. Met some great people there. Shovel like a Spetsnaz. Nope. Don't think I'll ever do that. Not my thing. Great Northern probably has a sheath with it. All of their pricing includes sheaths. You have to get with Randy on that. Randy's working the pre-orders right now. I don't know what date he said that the pre-orders was up. Once the pre-orders is up, then he'll place an order. So, and usually once I get an order, it's about 60 days to get the knives out. No, I intend to make an axe. That's forging. I don't do forging. Terrence, I was a crew chief on a KC-135. I don't even know if they have 135s anymore. I think they're kind of phased out or gone to the Guard or somewhere. Yeah, I did that for probably about the first 4 years. And then the last 5 years, I was in what they call job control, where I was part of the staff that monitored aircraft maintenance on the flight line and reported to the wing commander. Outfitters to Randy, no, they're actually slotted to start heat treat next week. So we'll probably get those shipped out to Randy in about 2.5 weeks. That's for the outfitters. Anybody want to know? See, I've already answered that question. The reason Great Northern Knives is higher is because they have a sheath included. So you're paying for the knife and sheath. My knife doesn't include a sheath. You have to buy it separate. The bestseller this year, man, wholesale. The Master Bushman, I think we're up to like 50 already on it. But the SK, I sell anywhere from around 10 to 20 of those a month. So probably either the Master Bushman or the SK. No, I have not last minute videos. Genie. Uh, I just don't know what happened to me. This knife took you the longest to design. The first one. It took me until I was 47 years old to do it. So 47 years to design the first one. That's when I started WC Knives at 47. People say, well, I'm in my 40s. I haven't done anything yet. Well, give it time. Just keep hammering on it. No, the last carvers I've got is still on the website. There's a bunch left, so I didn't know that anybody would want any. So I have no intentions on doing any more carvers. There's a bunch there. My favorite axe company, probably Council Tools. I've had a couple of their axes and I really like them. I just did pick up a Huntsbrook uh, carpenter's axe, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but it seems to be a pretty good axe. I've been eyeballing that axe for a couple of years. Finally got one from Randy. Yeah, I've had a few Gransfors Brooks. They're okay. The problem is they're when we get into a lot of our hardwoods around here in the eastern woodlands, sometimes the edge will blunt. But they're as far as durability and all this other stuff, they seem to be okay. It's just a lot of the hardwoods. They sometimes the edge isn't as hard as what our USA made axes are. Uh, no, I don't have anything in works on survival military. I do have, like I mentioned before, a large chopper that I guess it could be considered that a survival knife. I've taken an old design that I had called the Hunter Gatherer and gonna kind of update it a little bit, and so we'll be trying that out here in a little bit in the next few weeks. I've made a lot of bowie knives. I've got an Alaskan bowie that's sold through Great Northern Knives. I've got a Woodsman's bowie that's sold through Northern Woodsman Elite. So yeah, we've done some buoys. There's a lot of variations to bowie. So when you say bowie, so to me a bowie is just a clip point knife. Now, I guess there's different variations to that. Open mind. You guys have a great time at Blackie's. I'm sorry I'm not going to make it this year, but y'all have a great time there. Hope you get to make it this year. Don't know if I get a chance or not this spring. The only thing that we have is squirrel hunting, and like I say, I'm not much of a hunter anymore. It's just that I enjoy being in the woods, but as far as going out to hunt to kill something, it just doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, Ron, I did make you a buoy. The Holstein buoy, the black and white handles. That was a gorgeous knife too. How many knives have I made so far? Well, I don't know. Last year we made about 2,000. Year before was probably over 1,000, maybe 1,500. So we're probably in the last 8 years, 6,000 knives. Ken, the old mountain man knife, there's a lot of people doing that. That's just not my thing to do. You have a lot of choices on that, so they don't need me joining in the fray. Yes, Andy, there I do have a lot of designs for folders in my head, but like I say, I've got to get this thing streamlined and get things going on the folders. But yeah, I do have some models that's in my thoughts, and we'll see what happens with that. That was my design on the buoy. You're welcome, Ken. Yeah, I might have taken that video down. That was a very old video. Basically, what it was just a parang. Is really what it was. So yes, get with Great Northern Knives, Michael, on the Bushthorn. He has pre-ordered a lot of. I think there was 10 that he pre-ordered that I just picked up the blanks on last Friday, and he's got some that's ordered with Coca-Cola wood. I think it's Coca-Cola wood, some sort of it may be ironwood. So get with Great Northern Knives. They do have a run of special bush thorns coming. Thanks, Open Mind. I'm glad you got one. Yeah, that's really a nice knife. That I assume you're talking about the Alaskan buoy. Genie, what kind of mushroom knife do you want? About all you need is just a fork or a spoon. You can get those mushrooms with that. Well, Hawk, yeah, it's there's been a lot of. We're up to like 600 knives on the SK so far, and yeah, everybody that I have had any contact with on them, all the 600 or the 500 that's been shipped out or so, is nothing but good. So you should be very pleased with it. Well, Matthew, it's about that long. I don't know. I'm thinking, if I remember right, I think the blade's like 8 inches. Handle is going to be an extended handle. It's going to be like a handle and a half, so it has a you can be able to do a double grip on it. You know, as soon as I get it all designed, I'll do pictures and post it everywhere. But right now, it's kind of fluid. It's you know, it's not finished yet. It ain't even close. It's just an idea. Anything else? 3 years of income tax refund at your store. Hey, there's a T-shirt that says this is where I spent my refund or something like that. Somebody sent me a picture of their knife with that T-shirt. That was so cool. No, it's actually going to be a little bit longer than the Woodsman's buoy. Um, it's going to be closer to like a pack parang or um, I assume you're talking about the hunter gatherer. A pretty hook knife. I don't know what pretty is. All right. Anything else? I'm looking at about 20 minutes left. My heat treatment's evolved. No, not really. I mean, once you get the heat treat down to what your targets are, then they're pretty much set. Now you have to kind of take into temperatures and things like that into account, but it doesn't change that much. Shop organization, we have moved into the new area, opened up the old grind room, and I've got the CNC machine set up in there. I just need to do the wiring on it and get the programming and all that done. Um, but yeah, we're always doing something, constantly improving the shop. But right now, it's the major ad is done. Weather here is in the upper 60s, sun shining, beautiful day. Wind is kind of blowing it. It's a little rough on the lake, when the lake advisory. But other than that, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think everything's pretty much normal in Texas. My knife topic whittle talk. Mm. There's a bunch of those on the website already on the channel. So I'm not sure what I could add to it at this point. I probably got enough burlap to do 3 knives. Once that's done, then we're I I did find some burlap at USA Knife Makers. I haven't tried any of their burlap yet, but it looks to be darker. But we may try some of that and see what. Hey, you too, Jeannie. Like I say, have a good birthday. Um, hey, Jonathan. Y'all have fun at Blackie's. Alaskan Scout. Yeah, that was we. Jeff had contacted me about that knife design, and he told me kind of like what he had in mind, and I said, well, and I took his parameters, and that knife was developed from his parameters. Yeah, that the Alaskan Scout is a very popular knife. Micarta for a heavy use knife. If you're going to be in wet conditions such as kitchen prep, fillet knife, butchering, that type of thing, Sure Touch is the way to go. Do I get sent knives from other makers? No, uh, no, I don't. I don't deal with other makers. No, I can't make it this year, open mind, but we're going to try to do it next year. Um, it's just I got too many irons in the fire this year. We'll see what I can do, Manji. Um, I don't know. I may think of something. Something may pop up or somewhere. I'm not sure, but we'll try to get something out if I do. Hawk Nitro V is an equal or worthy substitute to ABL. I think Nitro V is probably a better substitute to ABL. To be honest, after using Nitro V for the past 2 3 months, it's gone. It's my go-to knife steel. When I make a knife for me to test out, that's what I make it out of. John, if you go through Great Northern Knives, yep, I've done some pink handles. Right now, I'm working on a purple one. So, yeah, if you go through Great Northern, as long as it's a model that I do, then you can kind of select handles that you want. Now, there's a cost associated with that, but yeah, it's easier for me to do a custom-ish handle going it that way because he'll send me a list of 20 or 30 knives and I can go through that list. No, I don't intend to go to Blade ever again, Subble. Um, it's too cost. It doesn't pay to go. I've got more work now than I can do, and more work coming in, and so Blade doesn't do anything for me as far as the marketing side. Um, it just sucks cash out. Is basically what it does. You're welcome, John. Thank you for all your support. Yep, done quite a few full flats. Now, whether it's EDC or not depends on what you do in your daily carry. um, so, yeah, I mean, they're doing the standard grinds and stuff like that. There's a lot of makers out there that does that. So it's not my thing. I do multi grinds. Um, I think they're more versatile. They work better for me, so that's what I do. Oh, the new shop, Jonathan, is just awesome. It is awesome. Um, yeah, we'll see how it works out in August, but right now it's a beautiful thing. The addition for the additional grind room or moving the grind room out of this main area That was a big help, big help. So I can use this big space here that was the grind room and make it more of a general purpose. I got CNC machines in here. I'll move the laser in the other room and a few other things. But yeah, I think once we get this folder lined out, and it may take me a year or so to get it lined out, but I think once we get that lined out, then we're going to have assembly lines in here because it looks like it's going to be a huge thing. Type of belt grinder for a beginner. Well, when I started with a Harbor Freight 1x30, $30 belt grinder. So whatever you can get, just get something. That's the best advice I can get. Don't hold out and sit on the couch waiting for the perfect tool. Just whatever you can get, start. That's the best advice I can give you. I started with a Harbor Freight $30 1x30 belt grinder and a red oak pile of firewood in the backyard with a hairdryer and a bucket of used motor oil. That's where I started. And so the key is just start. That's the key. Just start. Whether you're using just files and scrap metal, just start. Now, if you're looking for a 2x72 belt grinder, Grizzly has a pretty decent one. It's not a variable speed and it's fast, but it's a pretty decent, tough belt grinder. You see Dave Canterbury use one quite a bit. Also, LT has got a couple of them in his shop. I've got one in my shop. I've used it for years. It's just a tough 2x72 belt grinder. A pedal powered one? Well, there's some YouTube videos on that. Take interns for teaching knife making ever. Well, I have had 2 interns in, and neither one of them lasted very long. So, I don't know. There's no money in it. It's a passion. If you don't have a passion, then it's not for you. Yeah, check out Grizzly. I think it's grizzly.com. It's a green. It has a buffing wheel on one side and 2x72 belt sander on the other. Yeah, I gave an hour notice. Do you need longer notice? I just do the live thing whenever I have a moment to do it. I'll try to give a bigger notice or a longer notice, but yeah, interns hasn't worked out for me. I've talked to other makers, and it's pretty much the same thing. I think a lot of it is they think they can come in a couple of weeks and learn everything, and you're not going to learn anything in 2 weeks. Any skill worth learning is going to take you years to learn. Any other questions? Well, for an hour notice, I guess it's pretty good. Got 33 people of it. That's not bad at all. Oh, you're welcome. We'll try to do it again. I think it's been several months since I've done the last one, but we'll try to do it again with a little bit more notice. Jonathan, just come on by, buddy. So anyway, I'll try to give a little bit more notice next time. Problem is, if you give too much notice, people forget and give me a hug. Okay, I'm not a guru, but okay. Well, you be careful with that open mind and make sure you got some Band-Aids handy. Yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm sitting still for 50 minutes either. The only knives that I have available, I don't have any available to purchase immediately. You have to go through dealers. If you go to my website and look at the authorized dealers webpage, there are several dealers that keep knives in stock. I don't. I sell wholesale 99% of them. Now you can order an SK through my website, but that's about it. But the dealers, they keep me hopping as far as on the wholesale side, and that seems to work better for me. Now there is some knives that I have on my available custom knives webpage. I think there's some carvers up there right now that you can buy immediately. And hopefully next week, if I can get these custom SKs done with the Coca-Cola handles, get them finished ground next week, then hopefully by next weekend we'll have some of those posted up. Well, I appreciate the 2-hour notice, Jonathan. I may need it. You're welcome, Robert. I appreciate the support. I really do. I sell shirts every day, Ron. At the bottom of this video or any video, it has a streaming banner of t-shirts. That's the only way I can do it is go through a Teespring, because I can't afford to have different sizes and all this other stuff in stock. It's just, it's like throwing money out the window. Bye, Bruce. Thanks for joining us. Well, Jonathan, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of WC knives there at Blackie's. Blackie will probably have a few himself. Thanks, TNT Shuffle. I appreciate it. My knives, there's a lot of Spec Ops that's got WCSKs as well. So, anyway, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, there's a lot of military that does have a lot of WC knives. All right, anything else before I sign off? Yeah, Jonathan, that's a good customer base. Yeah. How much does a WC YouTube channel earn? Well, every 2 months it earns about $50 a month. So I'm making a fortune off of it. I'm not much of a drinker. Every once in a while I drink some beer with a friend of mine or friends, but I'm just not much of. All of that was in my youth, and it is not good for you. So I just don't drink much anymore. Thanks, Australia. Appreciate it. No, Manjeet, just so you know, anybody that makes any money off of YouTube, they have the several thousands upon thousands of subscribers and views, and there's not much money in it. There's not much money at all. The reason I do it is marketing and staying up with customers and letting everybody know what's coming, and just it's a business thing. It's not anything that you're going to make money on. Oh, Ron, I don't know if I'll ever do long sleeve button down shirts. Um, Yeah, Jeff's not a bad thing. I mean, it's it's not the best thing in the world for you. Check with channels make a fortune. I'm not sure what that means, Jeff. Austria, not Australia. No kangaroos. Oh, Austria. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's a totally different country. Smaller handles. Um, the Nessie, the NK, any of the smaller knives have smaller handles. Um, Saner Scout, the uh, Alaskan Scout. Um, I'm not sure what small means to you. Bye, Hawk. Have a good one. Um, Glad you like the SK153 Waisoga. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's 3/16 is a happy medium. It gives you enough thickness of blade to have wedging power. Really, with today's steel, you don't need thickness of blade for strength because steel has enough strength or flex that it's not going to break in most conditions. Now you can break anything. So 3/16 was a good compromise. It still gives you that thickness to wedge things apart, and yet not be weigh a ton. That was another thing I wanted. I wanted something that you wouldn't weigh you down trying to carry it. So the best survival knife is the one you have with you is the big slogan. So if you have something that weighs 1,000 pounds, you, you're going to leave it in the truck, so it's not going to do you much good. So I wanted a survival knife that was had adequate weight but wasn't too heavy and had the wedging power and all this other stuff. So that's why we settled on 3/16. Saner Scout, yep, has a pretty small handle. I guess that's what you're saying, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm kind of a believer in the axe and the knife combo. I think Nesmith had that down. No, no time for women. Yeah, the Trapper Scalpel would. That would be a good sized knife for a lady. Um, I don't know what you intend to use it for, but yeah, that would be a good EDC, I would say. Yeah, that Nessie, that's a great EDC too. So I mean, I'm until I started using the Master Bushman, that Nessie was my favorite. So bye, Manjeet. Appreciate it. Baby Bird, yeah, yeah. That's another one that has a pretty small handle. Really, the only ones that has large handles that I would say would be the like the WCSK has a little bit larger handle. Any of the larger survival knives is a man size knife, but anything under that would probably be okay. Well, Yummy, you just wasted your spot. You could have had the question there. Yeah, if you're gonna do the boxes and the carving thing, the scalpel is more of a little. It's more of a skinning type um, blade. It's really just full flat. It's not really robust to do carving. Um, so it maybe a Nessie will be a little bit better because I've done a lot of carving with a Nessie, a multi grind Nessie. and that would be a great carving knife, and it would still do the boxes and things like that. The damage, it has been ordered, but I haven't decided whether to go with 3/16 or 5/32. That's the problem with the damage. I like thinner blades, but I know that the damage is probably going to be a 3/16 blade. I think that's where that's going to go. Don't understand your question, Nummy. Probably need to move on, buddy. The narrow skinner. Not sure, Antonio. You can get the narrow skinner through Great Northern if that's your question. David, you can contact Great Northern on anything. You can even order the Blackbird with your handles that you want. You just need to contact them and get on the list, because they sell them so fast that it's best to get on the list. Anything that you want, folks, anything that you want, contact the dealers. They have lists that of what people want. They have handle selections. You can order any model you want with certain specifications, but you have to get on the list, okay? And I think there's just a nominal fee for that. It's nothing really, but glad you like it, Peter. I do too. I like thinner blades myself. Okay, well, we went over the hour. I appreciate everybody's questions and joining in on such a late notice. We'll try to get a little bit more of a notice next time. You guys are just awesome. Thank you so much for letting me live my dream. And until the next one, you guys get in the backyard whittle on a stick. Be sure and take a child with you, get the opportunity. And teach that child about the outdoors, hunting, fishing, roasting weenies on a fire, all that good stuff. And don't forget those plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.